Okay, uh, we continue with our topic, right? We finished with productivity, right? As I told you, we are still left with two discussions, and that is decomposition and energy flow, right? तो पहले decomposition लेते हैं और उसके बाद we'll go in for energy flow. Now, decomposition may already very famous, right? The earthworm, friend of farmer, बहुत पड़ा हुआ है यार bio में, right? Now, why is that so? Because it helps in breakdown of the complex organic matter in the soil, as well as in loosening of the soil. So, what is the role of a decomposer? It breaks down the complex organic matter into inorganic, and this process is called decomposition. अब जो raw material है decomposition का, right now, that raw material, friends, is called detritus. Detritus, right now, it could be above the ground detritus, it could be below the ground detritus, right now, the dead leaves, bark, flowers, dead remains of animals, fecal matter, right? Whatever gets decomposed is detritus, right now. See, the earthworm is feeding on this detritus, right? That's why it is called as a detrivore, right now. Just say, you have a herbivore, you have a carnivore, a omnivore. Similarly, the organisms which feed on detritus are called as detrivores. So earthworm is a detrivore. So what is the raw material for decomposition? It is detritus. And the steps of decomposition are fragmentation, leaching, catabolism, humification, and mineralization. 5 steps है, right? 5 of them. Breakdown, that is fragmentation. Then leaching, catabolism, humification, and mineralization. देखते हैं पांचों. Okay. सबसे पहले fragmentation. Very easy, simple. Breakdown of detritus into smaller particles by the detrivores. Right? So detrivores में एक example I had given you, earthworm. You can take 2 more examples. Termites are also detrivores. Carrion beetles are also detrivores. Right? So fragmentation, breakdown of larger particles into smaller by means of detrivores. Okay. उसके बाद है leaching. Now see, NCERT has given एक लाइन में ये सब दिया है. So it is expected that they are, implying that ये सब एक लाइन में होता है, right ना? ये sequence है उसका. लेकिन थोड़ा सा, no, we'll have to just tweak a little bit, right ना? Question आएगा तो हम लोग sequence यही लिखेंगे, but for better understanding, we'll try to see what is the right one also, right now. Now, when the detritus is broken down into smaller particles, what will happen is the enzymes, right, which are secreted by the decomposers, that is fungi, bacteria, right, and they will degrade the detritus into simple inorganic substances, right ना? जो complex होगा उसको break down करके simple में करेंगे. अब ये जो simple बन गया है, अब उसका होगा लीचिंग, राइट ना? वाटर सोल्यूबल इनऑर्गेनिक न्यूट्रिएंट्स. देखो, इनऑर्गेनिक कब बनेगा? जब उसका कैटाबॉलिज्म होगा, राइट ना? सो लॉजिकली स्पीकिंग, फ्रैगमेंटेशन के बाद कैटाबॉलिज्म होना चाहिए, राइट ना? एनसीईआरटी में इसका मेंशन नहीं हो रहा है, राइट ना? तो वहां पर फ्रैगमेंटेशन के बाद लीचिंग दिया हुआ है. सो प्लीज ये एक पॉइंट को ध्यान में रखना, राइट ना? कैटाबॉलिज्म is breaking down the detritus into simple inorganic substance, whereas leaching will allow these inorganic nutrients to go in the soil horizon and be available as be get precipitated as unavailable salts, right now. So fragmentation हुआ, leaching हुआ, catabolism. अब humification, right? अच्छा, एक point. सी एनसीईआरटी ने लिखा है, लेकिन आगे एनसीईआरटी ने और एक पॉइंट लिखा है कि ये जो तीनों स्टेप्स है, कौन सा स्टेप्स? फ्रैगमेंटेशन, लीचिंग, कैटाबॉलिज्म। ये तीनों स्टेप्स आर अकरिंग साइमल्टेनियसली, दे आर अकरिंग साइमल्टेनियसली, ठीक है ना? आई गिव यू अ चार्ट विच यू विल कॉपी डाउन सो दैट यू कैन रिमेंबर दिस पॉइंट, राइट? सो क्या अब ये प्रोसेस होने के बाद होगा ह्यूमिफिकेशन। नाउ व्हाट इज ह्यूमिफिकेशन? ह्यूमिफिकेशन इज accumulation of a dark colored amorphous substance called humus that is very much resistant to microbial action, right? Now something which is resistant to microbial action, uska breakdown obviously will be very slow, so it breaks down into very slow rate. The release of minerals from that is a very slow rate, right? Obviously ye you know, it is going to be a reservoir of nutrients. लास्ट में आएगा मिनरलाइजेशन. ह्यूमस इज डिग्रेडेड बाय माइक्रोब्स, ऑब्वियसली स्लो होगा, एंड व्हाट विल गेट रिलीज, जो इनऑर्गेनिक न्यूट्रिएंट्स ट्रैप्ड है विल गेट released to be reused again, right? Now so what are the 5 steps? Come again. Fragmentation, leaching, catabolism, humification, mineralization. Chart ये देखो, right? So what have we tried to show here? Detritus, simultaneously it is undergoing these 3 steps: fragmentation, leaching, catabolism, right? Also it requires certain environmental conditions. अब ये सब होके बना क्या? ह्यूमिफिकेशन से ह्यूमस बनेगा, राइट? मिनरलाइजेशन से रिलीज भी होगा छोटा सा परसेंटेज, बट सी आई हैव मेड अ डॉटेड एरो फ्रॉम द ह्यूमस टू दिस. द डॉटेड एरो इज इंडिकेटिव दैट ह्यूमस का ब्रेकडाउन इज वेरी स्लो, राइट? यहाँ पर हम लोग ने एक पॉइंट पढ़ा था, राइट ना? highly resistant to microbial action, undergoes decomposition at extremely slow rate, right? So this dotted line is indicative that iska breakdown is very slow, right? You can please make a note of this chart. Okay, ये तो हो गया process of decomposition. Now decomposition का जो rate है, right, the speed will depend on certain factors. Now what are those factors? The rate of decomposition will first depend कि detritus का chemical composition क्या है, right? If the detritus is made up of chitin and lignin, remember chitin, lignin, tough substances है, right? Now chitin, right? Now polysaccharide याद है कि नहीं? N-acetyl glucosamine, chitin, right? Breakdown difficult है, so difficult breakdown है तो process कैसा हो जाएगा? Slow हो जाएगा. But if the detritus is made up of, you know, into water soluble substances, फटाफट एकदम फटाफट हो जाएगा, फास्ट हो जाएगा. So the speed, the rate will depend upon what is the chemical composition of the detritus. Second, it will depend on climatic factors like temperature and soil moisture, right? Warm and moist environment will favor मतलब क्या होगा? It is going to occur more faster. Whereas temperature अगर low है, anaerobic condition, right? Decomposition mainly is a oxygen requiring process. तो अगर ऑक्सीजन आपने एनवायरनमेंट से ले लिया तो ऑब्वियसली इट्स गोइंग टू अफेक्ट द प्रोसेस ऑफ डिकम्पोजिशन, इट्स गोइंग टू बिकम स्लो, राइट ना? सो अगेन द एंटायर पैराग्राफ व्हिच इज देयर on, you know, factors on which the rate of decomposition, I have illustrated in the form of a small chart which you can make note and you can easily remember the factors, right? So I hope the discussion of decomposition अपने को समझ में आया, राइट ना? तो decomposition में क्या क्या आया है? एक तो 5 स्टेप, राइट ना? फ्रैगमेंटेशन, लीचिंग, कैटाबॉलिज्म, ह्यूमिफिकेशन, मिनरलाइजेशन, राइट? और ये दोनों चार्ट्स, ठीक है? सो दिस इज decomposition. ये अपना आउटपुट हो गया. सी हम लोग ने स्टार्ट कहाँ से किया था अपना जर्नी? के इनपुट प्रोडक्टिविटी है, आउटपुट डिकम्पोजिशन है, और दोनों के बीच में is flow of energy, right now. So our third topic for today's discussion is how does energy flow into the ecosystem. Let's have a discussion on that. Now, the flow of energy is governed by laws of thermodynamics. Right now, पढ़ा है स्कूल में फिजिक्स में energy can be transformed but not be created, right now. And every activity which involves energy transformation, obviously, right now, there has to be some loss of energy, dissipation of energy hona hi chahiye, right now. So when energy gets transformed from one form to another, there is loss of energy at every level, right? Law, fundamental law which governs this energy flow. Obviously ये पूरे इकोसिस्टम को रन करने के लिए sun is the only available source for energy, right? Except there are some hydrothermal vents which are located deep into the sea where the sun rays are not penetrating, right? Now out of the total solar radiation which falls on earth, remember, complete solar radiation does not fall. There is a percentage which gets scattered, which is blocked by particles in the atmosphere, right now. So whatever falls on earth, right, the word uses incident solar radiation, whatever falls on the earth, less than 50%, roughly 50% is PAR, photosynthetically active radiation, right? Now, plants and photosynthetic bacteria obviously will use this energy, PAR, to make food from simple inorganic materials. It will utilize carbon dioxide, water, and will convert this PAR into organic matter. Plants can capture only 2 to 10% of this PAR. Please, एक तो फुल सोलार रेडिएशन अर्थ पे आएगा नहीं, whatever comes उसमें से भी 50% is PAR. Out of that also the PAR 2 to 10% is captured by the plants, and this is sustaining the entire globe, the biosphere ecosystem. This small fraction of energy is sustaining the entire ecosystem, right? So how the solar energy is captured by the plant, obviously ये तो photosynthesis के discussion में आएगा, right? अपना यहाँ पे discussion कैसा है, how does it flowing through the ecosystem, right? Directly, indirectly, right? And एक point पहले आया था, this flow is going to be unidirectional, यानी sun से start होता है, ecosystem की तरफ आता है, it does not return back, there is dissipation. Okay. Yes, out of the total incident solar radiation, देखो यहाँ पे I said 50% PAR है, I told you 50% ये बाकी सब atmosphere में ही it will get scattered, reflected by clouds or whatever it is here, right? Captured in photosynthesis, इसका 2 to 10%, मतलब total का 1 to 5% हो गया. Please don't get misled by this figure, right ना? इसका 2 to 10%, लेकिन इसका तो 1 to 5% हो जाएगा ये, right? So whatever is captured by the plant, will it not be GPP? Out of this GPP, ये उसका NPP, sorry, ये इसका respiratory loss है. And what is saved now is NPP. So this is what is available to the consumer level, right? So you can also make a note of this. It will help you remember certain facts. Okay. Now, how does energy move now? It moves through formation of food chains and food webs. Now, food chain is not a very new term for us. Right now, school से पढ़ते आ रहे, EVS पढ़ा है हमने, you know what are food chains, right? Now, my teacher used to describe food chain in a very, very simple way. Right now, the process of eating or being eaten up is a food chain. So either you eat or somebody eats the organism, right? So animals, ये देखो यहाँ पे I have tried to represent each year, राइट? ये क्या है तुम्हारा प्रोड्यूसर लेवल है, देखो. सो मेजर प्रोड्यूसर्स आर हर्बेशियस एंड वुडी प्लांट्स. टेरेस्ट्रियल में यू विल फाइंड दीज एज प्रोड्यूसर्स. फाइटोप्लैंक्टन्स, algae, certain higher, ये सब एक्वेटिक में आ जाएगा तुम्हारा. ठीक है. सो सबसे नीचे के लेवल पे आएगा प्रोड्यूसर. Move one level up, the producers are taken up by the primary consumer or the herbivores, right? Insects, birds, mammals in a terrestrial ecosystem, mollusks, zooplanktons in aquatic ecosystem. These are the ones who will be the herbivores. Consumers that feed on herbivores, right? ये तुम्हारे secondary consumer हो गया, right ना? Right? Um, I can call them as a primary carnivore. I call them as a secondary consumer. Right now, be very careful when they twist these words and put in the MCQs. Right now, इसको primary carnivore, first level carnivore तो primary carnivore भी बोल सकता हूँ उसको मैं, लेकिन consumer का second level है इसलिए उसको secondary consumer भी हम लोग बोल सकते हैं. Right now, okay, and then you will have tertiary and the quaternary. Right, so they are the secondary and the tertiary carnivores. Right now, okay, so these are the elements of a food chain. See, just wait here and I'll just try to just get you a difference. Okay, food chain is very paper पे बराबर लग रहा है. On paper, if I say, सबसे simple, grass is eaten by goat, goat is eaten by man. एकदम सिंपल, सिंपलेस्ट फूड चेन दैट आई नो. राइट ना, आई नो फूड चेन में सबसे सिंपल जो तुमको आता है वो तुम्हारे बायोलॉजी टेक्स्ट बुक का डायग्राम रहेगा स्कूल का. राइट ना, ग्रास टेकन अप बाय ग्रासहॉपर, ग्रासहॉपर बाय फ्रॉग, फ्रॉग बाय स्नेक, स्नेक बाय ईगल. राइट, नो इमेज सबको याद है. फूड चेन पढ़ने के लिए एकदम बराबर है, परफेक्ट है, बट इन रियल लाइफ देयर इज नो फूड चेन. See, when I say a food chain, that means I'm implying that जो consumer है उसका source of food एक ही है. Actually ऐसा नहीं है, right ना? A organism has got multiple sources of food. That means at a single point of time, organism is a part of multiple food chains. Right now, and when these food chains get interconnected, they result in formation of food web. So food web is more real. Food chain is hypothetical. राइट, टेक्स्ट बुक के लिए अच्छा है. ठीक है, ये पॉइंट थोड़ा ध्यान में रखना प्लीज. नाउ फूड चेन्स broadly, you have two types of food chains. Right, I've just illustrated this for you. Wherever the food chain starts with a photosynthetic apparatus, green plants से start हुआ, right now forest हो या कहीं भी हो, wherever it is in the aquatic, terrestrial, कहीं भी हो, if it is starting with a producer, then it is called as a grazing food chain. And if it starts with detritus, right now, remember detrivore, right now, agar detritus pada hua hai and detrivore is eating that, that means the starting point is detritus. That food chain is called as a detritus food chain, right? So you have two types of food chains. You have a grazing food chain and a detritus. Remember, we are examining the flow of energy in the ecosystem, right? A GFC, I told you, always starts with green plants. A DFC always starts with dead organic matter, right? But in the image here, we see that it is taken up by earthworm, detrivore, but earthworm can be taken up by an insectivorous bird. So, and this shrew and hawk, look at this hawk here. Hawk is a part of both the food chains, right? Right now. So, do we have the GFC and the DFC intersecting each other? Right? See, that is what is resulting into a formation of a food web now. I told you, independently food chain का exist होना difficult है. Okay, so ये GFC है, ये DFC है. Now, in an aquatic ecosystem, when we're talking about water, GFC के through energy flow is going to be more, right ना? So वहां पर phytoplanktons का proportion ज्यादा है. So grazing, I told you, जहां भी photosynthesis start हुआ ना, green plant से start हुआ, तो वो GFC. So majority of the energy flows through GFC. But in a terrestrial ecosystem, see terrestrial ecosystem में everything can get decomposed. ऐसा नहीं कि aquatic में भी decompose होगा, but terrestrial में decomposition rate ज़्यादा है, right ना? So majority of energy in a terrestrial ecosystem flows through DFC, right ना? So aquatic ecosystem में GFC more than DFC, whereas terrestrial में उल्टा DFC more than GFC. ठीक है ना? And interconnections के बारे में तो already we talked about, right ना? And interconnection will result into formation of a food web. Fair. Now, one more point that we need to talk about in this scope of discussion is what is a trophic level, right? ये भी term आया रहेगा पहले, you know, सबसे नीचे producer है, producer is a trophic level, सबसे उसके बाद primary consumer trophic level. Now, trophic level, uh, see what is given in the notes here. देखो यहाँ I have just made a note of here. देखो organisms occupy a place in the surroundings or in a community according to their feeding relationship with other organisms. What does it prey upon? What does it feed upon? And based on the source of their nutrition, they are given one specific area or place to occupy. So if it is a green plant which is preparing its food itself, it becomes a producer. But if it's a herbivore which depends on the green plant, it is a primary consumer. ठीक है ना? So trophic level, see उसमें the word troph means nutrition, and autotroph, heterotroph. Troph means nutrition. So trophic level is representing a nutritional level, right? तो यहाँ पे देखो image में primary producers, right? Again energy का flow अपने को दिख रहा है, right? Sun unidirectional source of energy, right? Okay, so herbivorous consumers, first level carnivores, second level carnivores. So you can see first trophic level, second trophic level, third है, fourth है, fifth है, so on so forth. ठीक है? One important point here is that the amount of energy at successive trophic level keeps on decreasing, right? So the maximum amount of energy available is at the primary producer. We are going to learn a pyramid in the next session. That what is energy pyramid? उसमें हम लोग देखेंगे कि भाई whatever energy, right ना? We said ना यहाँ पर GPP होगा, utilization होगा, जो बच जाएगा ऊपर जाएगा, right ना? Energy which goes in the next level is only 10%, right? We'll talk about when we come to energy pyramid, not right now. ठीक है? Clear, please. Okay. Fine. When an organism dies, it is converted to detritus that serves as an energy source for decomposer. Right? यहाँ पर देखो, all levels can get decomposed. Right? और हर एक level से, can you see the loss of heat also? Dissipation. ठीक है? Okay. Every trophic level has a certain mass of living material. That's called as biomass. और ये इसको बोलते हैं standing crop. और क्या लिखा है देखो? At a particular time. यानी इसका वैल्यू फ्रॉम टाइम टू टाइम विल कीप ऑन चेंजिंग, राइट ना? सो एट अ पर्टिकुलर टाइम इस लेवल पे कितना बायोमास है टोटल, उसको बोलेंगे स्टैंडिंग क्रॉप, राइट? इट इज measured as mass of living biomass or number in a unit area, right? It is expressed in terms of fresh weight or dry weight. Dry weight is more accurate than fresh weight, right? Now obviously dry weight ke liye you will remove the liquid part of the organism. Liquid part of an organism can vary according to physiological conditions, right? Now kabhi kam kabhi zyada. So when you remove the liquid part, right, the wet part, and then you calculate the biomass, it is a more accurate way to count the mass. Okay. The number of grazing, right? Number of levels in a grazing food chain, right? Now देखो यहाँ पे दिया है 1 2 3 4 5 6, and as the energy goes on decreasing, see you cannot have an infinite number of levels. ठीक है, as we go up the level energy will go on decay. I told you, यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ 10%, I told you, right? आएगा अपने एनर्जी पीरियड में आगे, ठीक है. This was our discussion on energy flow, ठीक है, right? I would urge that you please go to the discussion in the NCRT. देखो यहाँ पर in the entire presentation I've used the discussion from the NCRT only, but nevertheless right now just make a note of the important points, the charts which I have given you. Please make a note of that also. You can draw the charts in the NCRT alongside and make note of all the relevant and important points, right? Ab we are still left with ecological pyramids. What is ecological succession? Right now, 2, 3, 4 topics are remaining, which hopefully we will try and cover it in the next session. Right? Right. Thank you all. Thank you so much.